motherfucker.
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick. Real quick.
But now we're gonna get a good.
I thought he was a con artist, just based off his looks.
You're an edge. Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, December 24th, 2021, Friday, Christmas Eve. It's hard to believe it's already Christmas Eve. Hope everybody, if you're traveling, be safe. Hope everybody enjoys their time with their family this weekend. Sorry the music, didn't have music on during the countdown. I don't know what, something was going on there. I thought it was playing and it wasn't. But I don't know, got a big day today. Actually, there is I don't even think there's any live sports today, which is kind of weird. We got all kinds of live sports tomorrow on Christmas Day, but aren't hardly any live games today. And I think some of the NBA games for tomorrow might have got moved. We'll take a look. We'll take a look at those. We'll talk tomorrow's games. Look ahead at Sunday's NFL slate. But before we get to that, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. That show is live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Excuse me. That show is also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can find both those shows, Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in podcast form at Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, Breaker Cast, Pocket Cast. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about our shows. Our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, get posted on there. Interview announcements, just anything to do with the show, you can find on our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. You can find me at Chris D. Gonzalez on Facebook, Chris Gonzalez at Gonzalez Sports on Twitter, and Chris Gonzalez on Instagram. Check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button, the like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Have a lot of content on there. I mean, we got something for everybody on there. We have UFC stuff for UFC fans. We have the sports talk and sports betting stuff for all the sports fans. We have pro wrestling for all the pro wrestling fans. We've interviewed about 25 Indiana independent wrestlers. We've done streamed 5 or 6 independent wrestling shows live. You can find all that on our YouTube page. We got it broke down into single matches, or you can watch the whole show. Hall of Famer Rikishi, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi was at one of the shows. WWE legend The Boogeyman was at that same show. WWE legend Samu was at that show. You can find that on our YouTube page, Harvest Havoc 3. It was presented by DCCW. Delaware County Championship Wrestling right here in Muncie, Indiana. But yeah, go check out that video. Please hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports. I know it's Christmas time, so nobody has a lot of extra money now. But maybe after the first of the year, you have a little bit of money. We want to get you some GWR, GSR, Easy Money gear. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. We had a new GWR shirt similar to this one. The design on the front's a little different, and then the new one has a design on the back. So go check those out at our merch store. We'll have a new GSR, new Easy Money shirt dropping hopefully right around the first of the year. So keep your eyes out for that. If you're listening on Facebook or Twitch, please hit the follow buttons, the like buttons, rate and review on the podcast. All that good stuff. We greatly appreciate it. All right, let's jump in and talk some sports. Like I said, don't have much sports on tonight. When I looked yesterday, actually, I don't think there's any games tonight. We don't even have I don't even think we have a college bowl game tonight. I think it might have got canceled. or that might be, Hawaii, Memphis and Hawaii. Hawaii canceled on them. I remember seeing that last night. Hawaii canceled, said they wasn't going to have enough players. Pretty sure it was Hawaii. Anyway, all right. We'll start in the NFL. Starting the NFL, no games today, but we do have two Christmas Day games tomorrow, so we'll start with those. At 4:30 tomorrow, you have the Cleveland Browns at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are 7.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 360 on the money line. The Browns are plus 290 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 46. The Browns are battling a COVID outbreak. Last I'd seen that they thought Baker was going to get cleared to be able to play tomorrow night. But I think they're still. I know the center just got put on the list yesterday. So the Browns are still going to be missing players for this weekend's game. But even with Baker back, and even if they had their full strength team, I would still like the Packers in this game. Maybe not at 7.5, but I still like the Packers. But I like the Packers at the minus 7.5 in this game. I think they win by at least 10. I like the under the 46 in this game. I think the Packers are not the Packers. I think the Browns are going to struggle to score points. Then tomorrow night's game, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Arizona Cardinals. If you watch this show, you know I'm a big Colts fan. The Cardinals are 1.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 116 on the money line. The Colts are minus 102 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 48.5. The Colts are 8-6. Arizona is 10-4. The Colts have won 7 of their last 9 games, though. Colts got off to a rough start. Started off 0-3, and I think 1-4 out of their first 5. And then they've 1-3 out of their first 4, and they've just been rolling. The games they have lost were both overtime games that they had control of. One was against the Ravens. They were up by 16 points with 12 minutes left in the game. Ended up losing that game in overtime. Then they blew a lead against the Tampa Bay Bucks and lost that game in overtime. So Colts could be 10-4. I mean, they could have the same record as Arizona, but hey, that's if. They blew some games. But in tomorrow night's game, then you have Arizona. They're 10-4. They've lost back-to-back games. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be out for this game. Kyler Murray is playing, but Hopkins is out. I like the Colts in this game at the minus 102 on the money line for tomorrow night's game. And the over-under for this game right now is set at 48.5. I lean toward the 48.5 in that game, but I really like the Colts to win this game at the minus 102 on the money line. Something you might wait and see with the game before with the Browns and Packers we just talked about, but I just thought of something. You might wait before you bet this, but it could backfire. But if you wait, you might be able to get this at 7. Because as the game gets closer, if some of the Browns players start getting approved to play, that might drop down to 7. I'd love it at 7. I still like it at minus 7.5, but I would love the Packers at 7. So you might hold off there. You might be able to get that. You might be able to get that a little sooner. Or a little sooner, a little cheaper. I mean, get it at 7 instead of 7.5. I like the Colts at the money line. No reason to mess with the plus 1.5 there. All right, that's all the games we have Saturday night for the NFL. On Sunday, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. We'll go through these games and talk about them a little bit. I'll give out my official picks for Sunday for tomorrow game, Browns and Packers. Actually, I'll go ahead and give those out today because I probably won't be on. Yeah, I'll give those out today. The Sunday games, I will have the picks up by sometime after midnight Saturday night and like before 9 a.m. Sunday morning. But you have the You have the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Carolina Panthers. Tampa Bay is 10-point favorites on the road. They're minus 460 on the money line. Panthers are plus 360 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 43. I like Tampa Bay in this game and giving up the 10 points. I know Tampa Bay's offense hasn't been playing the greatest, but Carolina defense has looked bad, and Cam Newton has not been the fix on offense at the quarterback that Carolina was hoping he was going to be. So I would lean toward the Tampa Bay Bucks at the minus 10, and I would go over the 43. Chargers at the Texans. Chargers are 10.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 500 on the money line. Texans are plus 385 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 45.5. I like the Chargers here. I'd really like to get this at 10, but if you wait, it could very easily go up to 11. But I like I lean toward the Chargers at the minus 10.5, and I lean toward the under the 45. This could be a game that's just one team scoring. Houston Texans have been struggling. They're just not a very good team. They've been struggling on both sides of the ball. Then you have the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 10-point favorites in this game. They're minus 420 on the money line. The Giants are plus 330 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 40.5. I'm not personally sold on the Eagles here. The Eagles offense, their quarterback looks shaky. He's great at running the ball. Passing the ball, he can be inconsistent. Not saying that he won't end up being a better passer in the league, but right now at this point in his career, he struggles making some of the throws accurately. I'll have to check on injuries, but I need to see if Daniel Jones is back. If Daniel Jones is back, I like the Giants here plus 10. I think this will be a close game. I know the Eagles have been playing better than the Giants have, but this is a division game. Division games are always different. Division games are usually close, even if one team has been struggling. So I lean toward the Giants at the plus 10 here, and under the 40.5. The next game that we have on Sunday is the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, if Jones is out, I definitely would not. I definitely would probably go with the Eagles, but I hadn't seen for sure. I know earlier in the week they said he might play, but I figured he'd probably be out again. Next game, you have the Ravens at the Bengals. The Bengals are 3-point favorites at home. They're minus 172 on the money line. The Ravens are plus 144 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 45.5. I actually like the Bengals in this game. The Ravens offense has been struggling to score points. I know they've had a lot of injuries. But yeah, I like the Bengals. I'd take the Bengals. I almost want to take a money line and not even mess with the 3 points. But I lean toward the Bengals at the minus 3. And I also like the under the 45.5 in that game. That's also another game that's a division game. Them games are always usually knockout dragouts. Detroit Lions at the Atlanta Falcons is our next game. Falcons are 6-point favorites at home. They're minus 240 on the money line. The Lions are plus 198 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 42.5. Lions are coming off a big win last week against the Arizona Cardinals to get their second win of the season. The Falcons are such a hit-and-miss team. One week they'll look like they put it together and they're going to compete, and then the next week they look terrible again. I actually like the Lions here at the plus 6. I think this is going to be a close game, and wouldn't surprise me at all if the Lions get their third victory of the season. Next game is a battle of two of the worst teams in the league, as you have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the New York Jets. The Jets are 1.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 120 on the money line. The Jaguars are plus 102 on the money line. Over under for this game's at 41.5. This is a game I'm staying away from personally because both these teams have been terrible. Jaguars fired their coach, and it seemed like most of the players on the team was relieved that they fired the coach. The Jets have just looked bad, and I think their coach might have got put on the COVID list. I think there's one of the other coaches will be acting as head coach this week. I'd be more apt to take the over the 41.5 than I would a side on this game. Rams at the Vikings. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 178 on the money line. The Vikings are plus 150 on the money line. Over under for this game's at 48.5. I did think this was going to be a real good game, but what worries me now is Dalvin Cook is out. He's been put on the virus list, and to me that's a real big deal for the Vikings. So I would get this. I'd take the Rams now at the minus 3.5 before that goes up, because I could very easily see this spread going up to 4 or 5 points by game time on Sunday. I could very easily see this. I would say this probably be at 5 or 6 by the time it closes on Sunday. Especially if the Vikings start losing more players to COVID. I mean, the running back just tested positive, so I'm sure there's probably going to be some more. So I would favor the Rams, and like I said, I'd get that. If you're going to bet the Rams, I'd get that now because that's going to. I guarantee you, it's not going to close at 3.5. That's probably going to close at 6 or 7. So if you get it now, you could very easily be getting it at a real good number. Then we have a big AFC East matchup as the Buffalo Bills travel to New England to play the Patriots. Patriots are 1.5-point favorites. They're minus 126 on the money line. The Bills are plus 108 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 43.5. This is a tough game for a couple reasons. The Bills at the beginning of the season that season looked good. Josh Allen was playing good. Kind of hit a rough spot. They have been playing a little better, but Allen has still been throwing some picks. Patriots have a rookie quarterback that's played. Don't get me wrong, he's played good this year, but he plays good. He plays a lot better when a running game's going and they can use that play action. And when he don't have to try to win the game, when he can just play mistake-free football, kind of be a game manager, maybe make a couple big throws here and there, but he don't have to go out and try to win the game himself. I like the Bills here, but the key to the Bills, I think, is to get a lead and try to turn New England into more of a one-dimensional team. You saw what the Colts was able to do to them last week, but the Bills don't have that kind of running attack. They do need Josh Allen to keep running the ball some, using his legs, because he's a big weapon that way. It's going to be tough to go into New England and get a win, but I like the Bills on the money line at the plus 108. I think they're a little bit better team than the Patriots are. You have the Chicago Bears at the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are 6.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 290 on the money line. The Bears are plus 235 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 42.5. I really don't know how the Seahawks, or I guess that's an indictment on how bad the Bears have been, that the Seahawks are 6.5-point favorites in this game. Seattle has not been playing well at all, but the Bears have been playing even worse, which doesn't surprise me a lot because I think they have the worst coach in the NFL, and Nagy. I don't know how that dude still has a job. He's already ruined one quarterback in Mitch Trubisky. Now they're going to leave him there, and he's going to fuck around and ruin Fields. I I just think his offensive system is a joke, especially if we're getting hired as the guy that's supposed to be this offensive guru. Seattle's main thing is their offensive line has to play better. Their offensive line has to give Russell Wilson some time to be able to throw the ball. I think Tyler Lockett's out of this game because he was on the COVID list. Unless he can get through protocols and get back, I haven't seen anything about him going to be playing yet. This is a game I'm probably going to stay away from. I would lean toward the over the 42.5, but sidewise, I don't think the Seahawks are 6.5 points better than anybody, and I can't trust the Bears to keep to be in the game. So that's I would lean toward the over the 42.5 in that game. Then you have the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Broncos are 1-point favorites on the road. They're minus 112 on the money line. The Raiders are minus 104 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 41. Excuse me. I like the Broncos in this game on the money line. This game's close to a pick 'em. The Raiders have not been playing well at all. I think that the Broncos are going to be able to go into Las Vegas and pull out a victory. Steelers at Chiefs. The Chiefs are 8.5 point favorites at home. They're minus 420 on the money line. Steelers are plus 330 on the money line. Over under is at 45. Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill both that were on the virus list. I don't know if they'll be able to clear protocol in time to play Sunday or not. And then the Chiefs had some other players on there. They're battling a COVID outbreak. Depending on if Kelce and Hill still both don't play, and depending on if there's any other Chiefs players that get put on the virus list, I kind of lean toward the Steelers here at the plus 8.5. If without Kelce and without Hill, I'm surprised that the Chiefs are 8.5 point favorites. Unless Pittsburgh's having some COVID problems that I haven't seen. Like I said, I'll give out the official NFL picks on Sunday. I'll give out the picks for tonight's or tomorrow night's games here in just a few minutes before the show ends. Then Sunday night we have the Washington football team at the Dallas Cowboys. The Washington football team had to play Monday night with their third string quarterback as both Heineke and Allen both were on the virus list. They should have, I think they'll have them back and get maybe some of their other players back. Depending on how bad the Washington football team is with this COVID, I know they're coming off a short week, but the Cowboys just haven't impressed me at all. I'm leaning toward Washington at the plus 10. I think this is going to be a close game. It's a division game. These games are usually close, no matter how good one team's playing and how bad the other team's been playing. They're usually close games. So for that reason, I lean toward the Redskins at the plus 10. Then on Monday night, you have the Dolphins at the Saints. The Dolphins are 3-point favorites on the road. They're minus 138 on the money line. The Saints are plus 118 on the money line. Over under for this game's at 37.5. This surprises me that the Dolphins are only 3-point favorites, as both Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian have been put on the virus list for the Saints. So I'm not sure who the Saints. Oh, I think N Book might be getting his first start for New Orleans on Monday night. Be his first start in the NFL. Former Notre Dame quarterback. So as of right now, N Book would be their starter, unless one of either Hill or Siemian can clear virus protocols by Monday, which is possible that one of them could. But if not, starter's going to be N Book. But the Saints defense can keep them in the game. This is a game sidewise I'm probably going to stay away from. Might go with the Saints depending on what happens with the quarterback situation. But the Saints defense, I think, is going to give the be able to keep the Dolphins from scoring a whole lot. I like the under the 37.5 in this game. All right, that's all the NFL for this week. No college football bowl games today. Was supposed to have a game today. Memphis and Hawaii was supposed to play, and Hawaii had to back out of the game due to COVID problems. I don't think they were going to have enough players to play, so the Hawaii Bowl got canceled. Tomorrow we have Georgia State against Ball State. Only bowl game tomorrow. It's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas Day. Ball State Cardinals right here from Muncie, Indiana. Hopefully Ball State can pull out a bowl win. Georgia State's 5.5-point favorites. Yeah, Georgia State's 5.5-point favorites. They're minus 245 on the money line. Ball State's plus 194 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 50.5. I like Ball State here at the plus 5.5. I think Ball State's offense is going to score some points. This game could turn into kind of a shootout. I like the over the 50.5, and I'm going with the hometown Ball State Cardinals at the plus 5.5. And then that's the only college football we have over the weekend. Have a couple bowl games on Monday. Have some on Tuesday. Looks like we have quite a few bowl games on Tuesday. So pretty much have a lot of college football games over the next few days once we get through this Christmas holiday. But we only have one tomorrow and then a couple Monday. NCAA basketball, looks like no more college basketball till Saturday. So we'll get more college basketball on Saturday. NBA starts back up tomorrow as well. Got a lot of Christmas Day games in the NBA. We'll take a look at them. You have the Atlanta Hawks at the New York Knicks at noon tomorrow. The Knicks are 6-point favorites at home. They're minus 235 on the money line. The Hawks are plus 194 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 211.5. I like the Knicks in this game, but 6 points is a lot of points in the NBA, especially the way these teams can score. I like the over the 211.5 more than I do the sidewise, but I would lean toward the Knicks. Kemba Walker's came in and gave him a spark. This is a dude they said wasn't going to play no more, and they put him in, and he's averaging over, I think he scored 44 last night. He's averaging like 28 points a game since they've put him back in. You have the Celtics at the Bucks. The Bucks are 3-point favorites at home. They're minus 148 on the money line. The Celtics are plus 126 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 219. I like the Bucks in this game. Celtics are too hit and miss offensively. They do have Jaylen Brown back, which is a plus because that helps them defensively. I like the under the 219 in this game because both these teams are capable of playing defense. But I think I like the Bucks at the -3. And then another big game we have tomorrow, which is a game I'm looking forward to watching some of, is the Golden State Warriors at the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are 6-point favorites. They're minus 240 on the money line. The Warriors are plus 198 on the money line. Over-unders at 217.5. I like the Warriors at the +6 here. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth game, probably in by somebody winning by 2 or 3 points. Steph Curry went off last night in a big win for the Warriors. Suns got a big win as well. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth game. I like the Warriors at the +6, and I like the over the 217.5 in this game. Then you have the Brooklyn Nets at the Lakers. The Nets are 1-point favorites on the road. They're minus 108 on the money line. Lakers are minus 108 on the money line. Basically a pick 'em. Over and under for this game's at 226. Brooklyn is just getting some of their players back off being off the COVID list. Harden, I know, is back now. He'll be available. Not sure. They say Durant might be able to clear protocol in time, but not sure if he would play. If he did, I lean toward the Lakers just because I don't know who's all going to be playing for the Nets. Even though I know the Lakers have been struggling. If the Nets have, if KD plays for the Nets, I like the Nets. Then you have the Mavericks at the Jazz. The Jazz are 12.5-point favorites at home, minus 800 on the money line. Mavs are plus 560 on the money line. Over-under for this game's at 214. I would say this means that the Mavericks, that Doncic's not playing. I know he'd been out, but because they have the Jazz as 12.5-point favorites. That's a lot of points. I'm staying away from a side on this one. I do like the over the 214, but I'm not taking 12.5 points and laying 12.5 points in an NBA game, especially against the Mavs. The Mavs have some shooters. I don't think the Mavs will be able to beat the Jazz, but I think it'll be even without Luka. I could see the Mavs keeping it within 12 points. But all right, that's like I said, don't have a whole lot going on. No live games today. That's some of the games for tomorrow. Some of the games, I'll go ahead and give out my picks for tomorrow's football games. I like the Packers. I like the Green Bay Packers minus 7.5 against the Cleveland Browns. I'm hoping that goes down to 7 by tomorrow afternoon. But it could go up. And then the Colts Cardinals, I like the Colts money line at the minus 102. Colts are hot. Have been hot. Arizona's been struggling, lost back-to-back games, and last week got embarrassed by the Detroit Lions, who beat them by like 18 points to get their second win of the season. So Arizona's been reeling a little bit. Colts have been hot. I like the Colts. I'll give out the rest of my NFL picks for the Sunday games. Like I said, they'll be up by 9 o'clock Sunday morning. NBA picks, I'll put those out tomorrow morning as well. But I'm leaning toward some games I do like. I like the Knicks and Hawks over 211.5. The Bucks minus 3 at the Celtics. Golden State plus 6. Or them are the games I like. So I'll go ahead and take those. So I'll take the Bucks minus 3. I'll go ahead and give them out today since tomorrow's Christmas and I might not have a chance to give them out. Warriors plus 6. And Knicks Hawks over 211.5. All right, so my picks for today are the Packers, or not for today, but for tomorrow, for Christmas Day games. My picks are the Packers minus 7.5 over the Browns, the Colts money line over the Arizona Cardinals, the Milwaukee Bucks minus 3, the Golden State Warriors plus 6, and the Knicks Hawks over 211.5. Appreciate everybody joining us today. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. That show is live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Come join us for that. We talk about all the hot topics in the sports world. Usually there's some other guys here with me, and we have a pretty good conversation. That show is also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can find both those shows, Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room, in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about all of our shows. Our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, get posted on there. Interview announcements, just big show announcements, all that stuff, all gets posted on our social media. Follow us on YouTube, or check us out on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell so you get notifications of when you go live. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitch, please hit the follow and like buttons. We greatly appreciate it. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. We have t-shirts, hats, hoodies, long sleeve tees, beanies, a lot of different things on up there. Go check it out. You see some of the t-shirts here behind me. GSR shirt hiding behind my head, but you can see them. Also, we have a new GWR shirt up on the merch store. It came out a couple weeks ago. The front of it's similar, but there's also a design on the back as well. So go check those out. Get you some GWR, GSR, and Easy Money gear. We'd greatly appreciate it. You'll find that link in the video description, or it's going across the bottom of the screen in your ticker. That link is once again is streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. Also, don't forget, today at 1, big announcement. We have some big show announcements today at 1 on GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Make sure you tune in for that. Got some big things coming up for the GSR brand this in 2022. So make sure you join us at 1 for that. Hope everybody has a great Christmas. If you're traveling, be safe. Hope to see you guys here in a little over an hour at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Like I said, some big announcements coming today. If not, we will see you guys Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, and at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. If you're traveling, be safe. Have a great Christmas. Peace.